Hi friends, so today we'll talk about some vaginal infections and that we'll do in a tabular form. First of all, the names of those vaginal infections. The one is vulvovaginal candidiasis. Fine. Then you have this particular trichomoniasis or trichomonal vaginitis. Okay. And one is bacterial vaginosis. And vaginosis is also a sort of a vaginitis only, but it is just named up like this, bacterial vaginosis. Fine. Now, if these are the names of the various infections, that is the vaginal ones, then first of all, important to remember is what is the etiology for them. Okay, so there is no point in guessing that what is the etiology for vulvovaginal candidiasis. The answer is Candida albicans. Yes or no? For this particular one, you have Trichomonas vaginalis, a protozoa which does not have a cystic stage. Remember that question? So remember this particular stuff also. Then bacterial vaginosis, everybody knows, that is Gardnerella vaginalis is the main one which does it. Okay, and actually this is not Gardnerella. Some writes that Gardnerella vaginalis. So basically that is like this way also it is being written now. Okay, and like this also some writes Gardnerella vaginalis or Gardnerella vaginalis. Okay, so this is regarding the etiology of these particular ones. Now, what are the features which you get up in these three infections? What are the typical symptoms, or we can say features of it? Now, in the vulvovaginal candidiasis, obviously there will be itching and irritation. So this is there, the vulvar itching or irritation. Okay. Whereas in the trichomonal vaginitis, there is discharge also. There is a profuse discharge, and obviously here also what? Itching. So these are the common features of any vaginal infection: itching and discharge. But discharge is not a feature of candidiasis as such. Okay. Besides this, you have in the bacterial vaginosis, again there is a increased discharge. Fine. And that is having a bad odor. Okay, that is termed as malodorous. Fine. So in this side there is a profuse discharge in trichomonal vaginitis. Here also there is an increase in discharge, but not a profuse one, but having a bad odor. In this particular one, the typical features are what? Vulvar itching and irritation. Okay, discharge is not as such mostly a feature of candidiasis. Okay, but obviously discharge is there, but that is very scanty. Okay, so you can say in that particular fashion regarding it. Now let's talk about the discharge only. Fine. Like, because the question they come regarding the discharge, that which type of discharge, how much amount, how much color, how much consistency, that particular thing. Okay, so if we talk about the amount in this particular discharge, if we talk about the amount in the discharge, so obviously in the case of Candida, just now I told you, discharge is not as such a feature, and if at all it is, the scanty it is. Okay, and as the name suggests here, this is a profuse one in the trichomonas, whereas in this it is of moderate range, or you can say it's an increased one. Okay, just now we have done this. So regarding discharge, the first thing regarding the amount, if somebody says scanty here, profuse here, moderate here. As such, not a feature of candidiasis. Okay, and if at all the discharge is there, then that is scanty, that is white, and I have seen cases of it, and that is in the intern stuff. So white adherent plaques, that is a feature of this particular one. Okay, then in this side it is white or yellow. Remember, if somebody asks you the color of discharge, so for the candida it is white. Okay, and you got to see what adherent plaques here, whereas in this particular one, white or yellow. In the case of trichomonas, white or yellow. And yes, some books they write green also. Okay, white, yellow, green, these are the colors of the discharge in the case of trichomonas. And in the case of bacterial vaginosis, you have white or gray. White or gray. Fine. So in this side, the scanty discharge, if at all it is present, mostly it's absent. Profuse, moderate, and the color of the discharge is white. And along with that, what can come? Adherent plaques. In this, there is white or yellow, and sometimes green also is being told. And this was a question in All India this time. Okay, white or gray is a feature of bacterial vaginosis. Remember this also. Now, in this particular one, what you will find in the candidiasis. So in the candida, what you will find in this particular candidiasis, obviously there will be reddening, erythema of the vaginal epithelium. Okay, in this particular candida infection, there is the erythema of the vaginal epithelium, and the same thing happens to be in the trichomonas stuff. There is trichomonas vaginalis one, that is there is the erythema of the vagina and the vulval epithelium. Okay, and there is a typical word here termed as what? Colpitis macularis. Colpitis macularis is termed as strawberry cervix, and some say strawberry vagina also. Okay, another typical question of this particular one. Whereas there is no erythema seen in the case of bacterial vaginosis. In this side we are talking about bacterial vaginosis. This we are talking about trichomonas vaginalis, and this is candida. Okay, so in the candida there is erythema of the vaginal epithelium. Here also erythema of the vaginal and vulval epithelium. Along with that, colpitis macularis. In the case of Gardnerella vaginalis, none. Fine. Now talking about the pH of this vaginal fluid which is coming off. Remember, in the case of candida, it is less than 4.5. Obviously it can be equal also, but less than 4.5. In the case of trichomonas vaginitis, it increases up more than 4.5. And in the case of Gardnerella vaginalis also, it goes more than 4.5. And what is the normal one? Normally it is less than or equal to 4.5. So means that the candida remains normal. Whereas in the case of trichomonal vaginitis or trichomoniasis, it goes above 4.5. And in the case of Gardnerella vaginalis also, it goes more than 4.5. Okay, the pH increases up. And the Harrison writes up that it is more than 5 or equal to 5. More than or equal to 5, that's as per Harrison. But yes, some of the books they say, or easy to remember also, that in trichomonas and bacterial vaginosis it is more than 4.5. Okay guys, after that, if we talk about the fishy odor and all, so that you already know that fishy odor is a feature of what? So guys, fishy odor is a feature of, characteristic feature of Gardnerella vaginalis. It is present here. Fine. And it is being said that to confuse you in the exam, they might give you a picture of this and they can put this term fishy odor and confuse you. So sometimes Trichomonas vaginitis, that particular one, in that also you can have this particular fishy order. And this fishy order as such does not come. As such, you will take the discharge and you will put 10% KOH into that. So when you put into discharge what 10% KOH, then only this particular fishy smell comes. Whereas in the case of Candida, nothing comes. Got my point? Now talking about our microscopy. In the case of microscopy, fine, you will find in the case of, we are talking about Candida here, we are talking about Trichomonas, and we are talking about Gardnerella vaginalis. Fine, that is bacterial vaginosis. Now, in this particular infection of vulvovaginal candidiasis, what you will find? Leukocytes here. Okay, leukocytes will be present in this particular site. Along with, you can find the mycelia, that is the hyphae, or pseudomycelia, that is the pseudo hyphae. Fine. So you can find leukocytes, you can find mycelia or pseudomycelia, and obviously what is growing off? Candida albicans in the culture. Okay, so you will take the discharge, you put in SDA, and you will able to find out that Candida albicans is growing off, and you can even demonstrate what in that? The hyphae and true hyphae. Pseudo hyphae, sorry, hyphae and pseudo hyphae. Okay. Whereas in this side, again inflammation is there, so obviously what will there? Leukocytes. So leukocytes are present. Along with that, you will have motile trichomonads. Okay, this is the characteristic feature of it. You will not go for much of the various examinations and all that stuff. You will just go for the urine examination of that particular lady, and what you'll find at urine examination, you'll find the moving motile trichomonads. Okay, and they are seen in mostly 80 to 90% of the patients. So that is the characteristic feature, and this you do on the urine examination, urine microscopy. You will find this particular thing. Okay, and leukocytes, as you can appreciate up in the routine urine. Okay, that is when you go for the urine routine microscopy, you will be able to find out the leukocytes also. Along with that, these motile trichomonads that can be seen. And this is a favorite question in this Gardnerella vaginalis, this particular one, bacterial vaginosis. What you can find? You can find the clue cells. Okay, and what is clue cells basically? Clue cells is an epithelial cell on the surface of which these particular fellows, Gardnerella vaginalis or some other like Mobiluncus, these all Prevotella, they can also sit off, and that is what is characteristically termed as what? Clue cells. Okay, and obviously the clue cells will be more, and the normal fellows, that is the lactobacilli, they will be missing off, and they will be replaced by these particular pathogenic organisms. And that's why here you go for a criteria that is termed as what? Amsel's criteria, in which they talk about the pH, they talk about the clue cells, okay, and they talk about that discharge also, white or grey color, in which 10% KOH you add up, so that comes of what? Fishy smell. Okay, so that is also there. And here only you remember that you do a Nugent scoring also here, and in this Nugent scoring, if the score is above 7, okay, so that is termed as what? Bacterial vaginosis. And basically, what is Nugent scoring? The Nugent scoring is how much normal flora is being replaced by pathogenic organisms, so that you count off, and that particular score goes out more than 7, that is termed as what? Bacterial vaginosis feature. Okay, so remember this, when the Nugent score goes above 7, it is termed as what? Bacterial vaginosis. Okay, so this is regarding the microscopy which you can go for. And nowadays you can go for culture also here in the case of Candida, or you can go for PCR. In this side also you can go for PCR for Trichomonas vaginalis, and even for Gardnerella vaginalis they are preparing of nowadays the PCR probes. So PCR is everywhere. As for the corona, here also now the PCR is everywhere, and that is the best to be gone, because it works at the gene level. Okay, and it gives mostly the reliable results. if the probes are good. Remember that probes should be good, and that's the problem with the corona. The probes are not so good. That's why the some results they vary. Okay. Now regarding the treatment stuff, the treatment stuff is very simple. In the case of Candida, obviously you will use fluconazole, and fluconazole is used as a single dose of 150 milligram oral. Okay, 150 milligram oral single dose. That is what is in the vulvovaginal candidiasis. Okay, along with that, you can have this clotrimazole tablet put up into the vagina. Okay, and this is coming up 100 milligram once daily for 7 days. That is a treatment of the vulvovaginal candidiasis. So if at all you get up any of the cases of vulvovaginal candidiasis, you have to give this. You have to give this flucon, that is fluconazole, 150 milligram oral single dose, and clotrimazole, that is 100 milligram OD for 7 days, and the patient will be perfectly fine. Okay, until and unless this is a resistant type of Candida. Okay, whereas in these both, that is trichomonas and bacterial vaginosis, which is the wonder drug, that is the metrozole, that is the metronidazole. It is a wonder drug which is being given up as a single dose of 2 gram, and that too oral, and that is a single dose. Okay, and remember guys, metronidazole 2 gram oral single dose is given up, and the same is given to the sexual partner also. In the case of trichomonas vaginitis, the sexual partner is to be treated. Sexual partner is to be treated. Fine. Whereas in this particular area, that is bacterial vaginosis, again the wonder drug is what? Metronidazole. Okay, that is being given off, but you don't give it to that 2 gram dose. You give it 500 milligram oral. Okay, BD twice a day for 7 days. Okay, that is being given at twice a day for 7 days. So remember this thing also. Okay, so this was also being asked in one of the exams this time. The metronidazole here and here, they are the drug of choices here. You can use tinidazole also, but metronidazole is preferred of. Okay, and here is fluconazole and clotrimazole. These are tablets, vaginal tablets. They come in clotrimazole, which you can give to the lady to put up in the vagina once daily for 7 days, and she'll be okay. So in guys, we have listened off 3 important vaginal infections today. That is vulvovaginal candidiasis, trichomonal vaginitis, and bacterial vaginosis. And vaginosis means vaginitis only. So don't bother about the name, but it is coming with this particular name. That's why we are terming it as that way. Okay guys. So if we see the pictures also, this is very well appreciated that this is what vulvovaginal candidiasis. Fine guys. And regarding vulvovaginal candidiasis, if at all I talk now in a very fast manner, what I can talk about? I can talk about in this particular fellow that the discharge is scanty. Okay, scanty discharge. And if at all the discharge is there, that is white in color, and that is having a plaques, adherent plaques, which you can see up now, these things, they come. Okay, these white plaques, and the discharge is also white in color. Fine. And there is erythema of the vaginal epithelium here, and when you go for the discharge stuff or these adherent plaques, you can demonstrate in them these mycelia, the pseudomycelia. Okay, after this particular culturing stuff, and you can obviously culture it up in the SD and all that, and you can go for the NAT, that is PCR. Okay, and the treatment is what? Treatment is clotrimazole, and fluconazole is a treatment of choice, 150 milligram oral. Okay guys, so this is vulvovaginal candidiasis. These are the trichomonads which you are observing up in this. Okay, I have told you that when you go for the urine examination of these particular fellows, you could able to appreciate these particular ones, and it is a protozoa which does not have a cystic stage, and the pH goes more than how much? It goes more than 4.5. In some books they write even more than or equal to 5. That is Harrison writes this. Okay, besides that, you remember drug of choice here also is metronidazole, and there is a one term here that is termed as colpitis macularis, and that is strawberry cervix, and some say strawberry vagina also. Okay, so colpitis macularis, this is a word which you have to look out. Regarding the discharge, Profuse discharge is there, and white or yellow, and obviously green is also there. Okay, some books they write green also, but as per Harrison, white or yellow. And this was the question in All India this time. Okay, guys. And discharge is profuse. Profuse discharge is a feature of which particular fellow? Trichomonas vaginitis, okay, or trichomonal vaginitis, or trichomoniasis, whatever you call it. Bacterial vaginosis, Gardnerella vaginalis, okay. You can also say it Gardnerella or Gardnerella, okay. So that is also fine. Along with that, Provotella, Mobiluncus, all these fellows are there. And this is what is the typical feature which you find in the Amsel's criteria, that is the clue cells. Clue cells are diagnostic of bacterial vaginosis. And what is a clue cell? A epithelial cell over which these particular fellows they are found, Gardnerella vaginalis ones, and this is normal vaginal ones. So these are the lactobacillus you find over these epithelial cells, but these all are replaced by what? These particular ones, that is the pathogenic ones. Pathogenic is on which one? Gardnerella vaginalis, Provotella, or Mobiluncus. Along with that, this replacement is also shown up in the Nugent scoring, and Nugent scoring when goes more than 7, it is said to be, like ladies said to be suffering from what? Bacterial vaginosis. Drug of choice here also is metronidazole. And Amsel's criteria is very simple, the pH more than 4.5, that is one of the criteria. Other than that, you have a discharge that is white or grey. And when you put 10% KOH into the white or grey discharge, what comes? Fishy smell. And fishy smell can come in trichomoniasis also, remember this, okay. Along with that, you find moderate amount of discharge here. And drug of choice is important, that is metronidazole. So I suppose I made myself clear. This is clue cells which can come in the exam in the form of picture. Normal was this one, and this is replaced by this particular picture of clue cells. And clue cells comes out which criteria? Amsel's criteria. This is trichomonads which you demonstrated in the urine examination. Urine examination, you go for that particular lady and you're able to find out. What about the important stuff? Profuse discharge is there in this, okay. And in this you need to treat the partner also with metronidazole, single dose, 2 gram oral, okay. And this is vulvovaginal candidiasis, scanty discharge as such, white in color, and you have plaques, adherent plaques. You can take these plaques, or you can take whatever discharge comes, and you can culture it on SDA, or you can go for NAT also, PCR. Okay, guys. So definitely question is there from this particular table, and this is to be remembered and this is to be revised. Thank you so much.